Coming up on today's episode of Airborne Unlimited, the B-29 Doc flies again. Russia produces a new primary trainer. Is Uber helicopter service an answer to city traffic? Hello, I'm Christopher C. Odom. It's October 4th, 2016, and this is Airborne Unlimited. The sound of four thundering Wright 3350 radial engines was once again heard in the Wichita area as the Boeing B-29, known as Doc, successfully completed its second flight since being restored to airworthy status. Doc's second flight lasted approximately 52 minutes at an altitude of 4,000 to 5,000 feet. The flight took place on last Saturday. Jim Murphy, Doc's Friends Restoration Project Manager, said, "This flight was successful and gave us another opportunity to put some time on the airplane as we continue to make our way through the flight test campaign and meeting FAA requirements. The airplane's engines and control surfaces performed as expected. It's reported a few minor issues will need to be corrected and fine-tuned as the flight test program continues." Murphy said, "Thanks to this team, we are getting closer to being able to fly Doc further, farther, and eventually make Doc's mission of being flying museum to honor our nation's heroes a reality." A new primary trainer has taken flight in Russia as the Yak-152 flew for the first time last week at the airfield of the Irkutsk Aviation plant. The aircraft has been developed for ab initio training of both military and civilian pilots by the Yakovlev Design Bureau, which is an affiliate of the Irkut Corporation. It is designated for day and night primary training as well as training in aerobatic maneuvers and formation flight. It is also configured as an instrument trainer. Irkut Corporation said serial production of the Yak-152 is underway at its facility in Irkutsk. With its number designation as 152, it's a good company with another trainer we're all familiar with called Cessna 152. Of course, this is an unplanned coincidence. After the break, Uber service rooftop to rooftop.
There's a difference between charting a steady course and pushing for the ceiling. And for nearly a century, Hartzell Propeller has been defining that difference. It's in our passion for engineering and research and our dedication to testing the limits of performance. We are built on honor. We are Hartzell Propeller.
Based on the popular Sling 2 LSA, the Sling 4 was designed to be the most practical and desirable lightweight four-place experimental aircraft on the market. Find out more about this 115 horsepower turbocharged airplane at airplanefactory.com.
Since the early days of powered flight, pilots have struggled with landing in crosswinds. In fact, crosswinds and wind gusts cause more landing accidents than fog, thunderstorms, and icing combined. That's where the Redbird X-Wind SE comes in. By placing pilots in gusty crosswind conditions for extended periods of time, the X-Wind SE gives instructors all the time they need to teach the pilot the proper techniques for landing in crosswind conditions. For more information on Redbird X-Wind SE and Redbird's entire line of flight training devices, visit www.redbirdflightsimulations.com.
Welcome back. If you have a story suggestion for Airborne Unlimited, Aero-TV, our website, or podcast, just email to news-spy@aero-news.net. The idea of using Uber aerial transportation within cities is reportedly under consideration as Uber executives are looking at the possibility of one day using helicopters for urban transportation, according to a company executive. CNBC reports that Uber product chief Jeff Holden said in an onstage interview at the Nantucket Future of Cities conference that the company hopes to someday offer a three-dimensional option for moving people around cities. Holden said such vertical takeoff or landing technology could possibly be available in the next decade. He envisions aircraft landing on the top of buildings in the cities. Holden said during the Future of Cities conference that it could change cities and how we work and live. The FAA has already turned a cold shoulder to this concept, so it remains to be seen if something like this will or will not develop. Every Tuesday, we look ahead at some of the more interesting events in the aviation universe. Here's this week's Aero-Calendar. Our first event on today's list is the Fall Festival of Flight being held in Gainesville, Texas on October 7th. It's hosted by Texas chapter of the Antique Airplane Association in cooperation with the City of Gainesville. There will be static displays, group flybys, good food, plenty of flying activities, fun, and educational seminars for the kids. It's a fantastic event that is aimed at family fun. Everyone is invited. On October 8th, you can join in what is known as the best little air show in the East. It's the Culpeper Airfest, and it takes place at Brandy Station, Virginia. Enjoy seeing the exciting stunts performed by some of the best pilots in the air show community. There are plenty of static displays, airplane rides, model airplanes, games for the kids, and so much more. Bring earplugs, the world's only privately owned Harrier will be there. October 7th through the 10th marks the Vintage Sailplane Association East Coast Sailplane Rally, being held at Massey Aerodome in Massey, Maryland. Gliders from the 30s through 60s are invited for a long weekend of flying and hangar stories. 2 tow planes will be in operation, and glider rides and biplane rides will be available if you haven't experienced the world of silent flight. It's something that you must give a try. The Wings Over Golden Isles Air Show takes place on October 8th and 9th in Brunswick, Georgia. It's a major air show event that is 2 action-packed days featuring military warbirds and civilian performers. The Canadian Forces Snowbirds Military Jet Demo Squadron shouldn't be missed, and there are numerous other exceptional air show acts. It even includes a Saturday evening concert and fireworks display as the grand finale. After these messages, Bruce Whitman receives an award from NBAA.
The Bristol Light Sport aircraft is what you are looking for. The Bristol is wider than a Cirrus, faster than a Skyhawk, offers more storage than a Husky, and comes standard with Garmin avionics. So what are you waiting for? Visit Bristol.com to find out how you can get into a Bristol today.
Concorde's recombinant gas RG series sealed battery technology produces a high-performance battery with the advantages of being pre-tested and fully charged at the factory. Find out more about Concorde's entire line of batteries at www.concordebattery.com. Concorde, the heart of your aircraft.
Sandia introduces the new SAI 340 Quattro TSO'd airspeed, attitude, altitude, and slip with integral backup battery. Safety never looked so good. See it now at www.sandia.aero.
Explore no limits flying in the FAA-certified Sea Ray Amphibious LSA, one of the top 3 best-selling LSAs in the U.S. Progressive Aerodyne Sea Ray comes equipped with a Rotax engine and exhibits extraordinary handling on land, water, and in the air. Check it out at www.searay.com.
With so much news coming out of the aviation industry, we're summarizing a few of those other great stories in a brief segment we call Around the Patch. The National Business Aircraft Association announced that Flight Safety International Chairman, President, and CEO Bruce Whitman has been selected to receive the NBAA American Spirit Award. The award is in recognition of his commitment to helping others throughout the global aviation community. A man was arrested last week and charged with intoxication and disruptive behavior while aboard an American Airlines flight. The target of his verbal abuse was Milwaukee County Sheriff David A. Clark. After landing, Sheriff Clark detained the perpetrator until authorities arrived. The Cincinnati Business Aviation Symposium bestowed its inaugural Difference Maker Award on Sporty's founder and chairman Hal Shevers. Shevers was chosen for his many contributions to significantly improving the aviation industry. The theme of the award was Be Extraordinary, the Difference Makers. Duncan Aviation has entered into an agreement to be the exclusive U.S. distributor of Innovation's integrated smart cabin upgrade for Gulfstream 450 and 550 aircraft. The upgrade provides a much-needed solution to update aging cabin entertainment equipment. The Department of the Navy has announced the MQ-4C Triton unmanned aircraft system recently received Milestone C approval. This allows MQ-4C Triton program to enter into low-rate initial production, which is the first part of the production and deployment phase. Well, that's it for today's trip around the patch. Now, let's get back to the rest of the news. Here's a report we can all relate to. You have something to eat that seems perfectly good at the time, but within a few hours, your stomach is involved in a major battle. Well, that's just what happened to the Blue Angels commanding officer and flight leader, Commander Ryan Bernacki. The Blues were scheduled to fly both Saturday and Sunday this past weekend at the California Capitol Air Show. However, on Saturday, it was reported that Commander Bernacki had contracted a foodborne ailment and was under medical supervision of the team's flight surgeon. Having your gut go bad when you're going to do high-G routines like the Blue Angels are famous for is not a good idea, and the Saturday performance had to be canceled. Fortunately, by the next day, the flight leader was feeling up to snuff, and the Blue Angels performed for a crowd of thousands at this major air event. Well, that's our program for today. Remember that Airborne Unlimited is streamed daily, Monday through Friday, with additional breaking news bulletins for important stories that fall outside of our normal deadlines. If you're watching us on YouTube, please subscribe. And do check us out on Facebook and Twitter. Get comprehensive real-time 24/7 coverage of the latest aviation and aerospace stories anytime at aero-news.net. Keep flying. We'll see you tomorrow.